Welcome to the training video on creating a Sabisu flow. To get the most out of this content, we recommend that you first watch our videos on workplaces and pages and widgets. In this video, we'll explain what Sabisu flow is and why you might use it. Sabisu flow is a self-service workflow tool. It allows you to create, design, and configure a workflow for managing any business process. You can view the data in the table or as a Kanban-style card view. You can capture data, track progress, and build reports based on the data you have captured. Flow is also ideal for anything you may already track in Excel, and there's a handy import tool so you don't need to spend time adding in any existing data. You can find Flow in the navigation panel under Workflows. You'll see a list of all the workflows you have access to, and you can either go to them or add them to a page. When adding a workflow to a page, you can either choose an existing page or create a new one just for the workflow. You also have the option here to share them with the community. Click Create Workflow to start a new one. This will then take you through a wizard-style walkthrough. On the first screen, you just need to make sure you fill in all the details. Giving it a description makes it easy for other users to understand what they should use the flow for. The form name is important, as this is what a user will create when they need to capture data. It should be relevant to the workflow you are creating. For example, if you're creating a risk register, then you would call the form a risk. You can fill the community in now, or you can leave it until the end. It just means that until a community is added, no one else will be able to see or access the workflow. This section allows you to build a form that will capture the data going forward. You can drag different fields onto the form. If you have an Excel spreadsheet you want to import, you must make sure the fields on the form match those in the Excel spreadsheet. Single line and multi-line allow users to type a single line of text or multiple lines. You can change the title of the box to make it relevant. Single line can be used to capture readings, such as furnace pressures, and so you can set low and high limits. You can also select whether the input should be text or numerical. With checkboxes and radio buttons, you can change the name of the options and also add more. Simply enter each option on a new line. The drop-down field can be configured in the same way. A header can be used to break up the form, and the text can be used as helper text to inform users to what to do. This will be read-only. The people/community search allows you to add people to the form from the Sabisu platform. You will only be able to add people with whom you share common communities. You can search both communities and people, or you can restrict it to one or the other. The date field lets the user set a date. You can add the time in as an option. Actions links to Sabisu Actions and means you can create actions as part of the flow form. These will then be linked to the action portal. The table field allows you to insert a table within a flow form. The user can then add in extra rows and enter the information as required. Simply configure the columns you would like the user to enter. The file upload field lets users add files to a form. The notes component means users could use this to leave updates on a form. The titles can be changed on both of these items. Each field can have a default value set. You can do this by either checking a box or by typing in the field. You can apply conditions to each field so they only show when certain conditions are met. An example of this is when you have a drop-down field and one of the options is Other. When this is selected, a single line box could be shown for the user to enter further information. You can also add security to fields and set them as read and write only. When you are a multi-level organization, you might have some fields that only management can fill in, and you only want the general staff to have read access. To do this, type a community in the box and then choose read or write access. Forms can be split into sections, and these sections can each be renamed. The sections can then appear all the time, or have them only show when a set of conditions are met. Sections can be moved around and deleted, and you can apply the community security in the same way as individual fields. There are some additional settings that you can apply to forms. You'll find these in the Form Settings option. You can add a prefix to the form reference, for example. You can then choose to have this reference displayed in the form. You can show the tree node location on the form. We'll cover this in more detail later on. You can also add in an audit log, which will record any changes made to the form and show it in a section at the bottom. In this screen, you select which fields from your form you want to view in the table. Simply check the box of the fields you want to include, and you can drag them around to rearrange the order. Once you've chosen the fields for the table view, you can configure the columns and add any conditional formatting. These could be settings such as width and conditional formatting can be used to replace text with icons. To apply conditional formatting, check the box and then choose how to visualize the formatting. You can change the background color, have a circle indicator, or choose from a selection of icons. You then just need to decide on the rules for your conditional formatting. Move on to the next step when you have finished the table configuration. We will now set up the card view. Simply choose from the drop-down the field on which you would like to base your card view. You can have one field, or you can have several. How much detail you want to display is up to you. There is an option to change the style of text, as well as how many lines you want to show. You can also add in a rag indicator, which will appear as a coloured line when the conditions you set are met. You may have some existing data in Excel that you would like to import into the flow. Choose the file you want to upload. It will then show you a preview of your data. Underneath this, you will see the fields it has identified in your spreadsheet. If the names are the same as the ones you have set up in your flow form, it will match the fields. However, you can change this using the drop-down list. If the field names are different, you can choose the right one from the drop-down. If there are some fields you don't want to be imported, you can uncheck the box. When happy, click Next and confirm the upload. You'll then move on to the finish phase, where you can add the workflow to the current page you're on, or you can choose a different page. When you're finished, simply click Deploy Workflow. That's everything for now. We recommend watching the next video in the series on Sabisu pipelines, but there's lots of other videos available on our wiki to help you on your way. If you'd like any further training, just get in touch by dropping us an email at training@sabisu.co. Thanks for watching.